one of my favorite organizations in the space. Willy, how are you today?
Best day ever. How are you doing, Shannon?
Yes, best day ever. I heard that you and the group were having a little bit of a meeting this morning. You were hanging out with the Giveth crew earlier. You showed up complete with unicorn horn and everything for us. That's awesome. What are you going to talk to us about today, Willy?
I'm here today to talk about the past, present, and future of giving. And we actually have a new version of Giveth that we just soft launched. So this is going to be the first demo. We haven't even tweeted about this, so we're leaking some alpha today. Really excited to share it with you guys.
First to the ETHDenver community. We're so happy to hear about it. Well, I'm going to let you take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Shannon. What's up, everybody? Super excited to be here. My name's Willy, and as I said, I'm going to tell you guys about the past, present, and future of giving today. So let's dive right into it because we got a lot to cover. So the problem that we're trying to solve at Giveth, in a nutshell, is the fact that every year over $400 billion just in the United States alone gets donated to nonprofits. But how many problems actually get solved? And where does all that money even go? So the question that I want to ask is, what if perhaps these nonprofits that we're counting on to solve some of the biggest problems we face don't actually have what it takes? And the answer is we're fucked. So that's the problem that keeps me up at night. And that's why I'm so passionate about building a better future of giving with Giveth. So at Giveth, our mission is to make the process of giving effective and transparent. And as I mentioned, we're going to show you guys a new version of the Giveth platform that we just soft launched this past week. But before I dive into that, I want to take a step back and share the story of Giveth because it's such an interesting story. Giveth has such a rich history and such deep roots in the ecosystem. And yeah, I'm going to try and, it's going to be a condensed version because of course we've only got 15 minutes. So I'm going to speed through it. And we'll start with when Giveth was born and by these amazing founders pictured here. Giveth was started in 2016, rising like a phoenix from the ashes of the DAO. And in 2017, Giveth was soft launched and the smart contracts were deployed to mainnet. And some of these smart contracts that Giveth is responsible for are pictured here and have been used since in a variety of different projects. So a lot of these Legos weren't built yet at the time, so Giveth had to build them. And Giveth was one of the first dApps ever. So as you guys know, there's a lot of building happening in 2016, 2017. At the end of 2017, the Giveth team was really excited to do the official big launch. And of course, as you guys know, CryptoKitties happened and gas fees went absolutely insane. It was rough timing. And to illustrate this with gas prices at 20 Gwei, you can see how just like simple actions like signing up or donating or creating a campaign cost a significant amount of ETH. And you can imagine today on mainnet, these costs would all be an order of magnitude higher. So unfortunately, it worked, but it was just prohibitively expensive to use on mainnet. But the Giveth team didn't give up there. Being the optimistic and determined community that we are, Giveth started the Scaling Now effort to help solve scaling now. And this involved a series of YouTube interviews, as well as a conference in Barcelona with other projects who were experiencing the same scaling challenges and desperately looking for a solution. And the result of this was that while everyone agreed that sidechains were the ultimate solution, none existed yet. So to help with that, Giveth partnered with the POA network to launch XDAI. But at the time, there was still critical infrastructure missing that blocked Giveth dApp from actually porting to XDAI. So the community agreed that the best available option at the time was to retreat to the testnet, specifically Rinkeby. And shout out to Peter Chalagi, who created a proof of concept relay bridge connecting mainnet and Rinkeby. And yeah, as a fun fact, Giveth was actually the first implementation of a bridge used in production. So without going too much into the weeds, this is the solution that they came up with. Basically, as you can see here, the donations all stay on mainnet, but all the expensive smart contract interactions happen on Rinkeby. So you can sign up, create a campaign, delegate donations, and request a payout all for free. And as an added bonus, Giveth even covers the gas costs to send the donation out to pay it out. You just have to wait a few days, of course, for a security delay, #PTSDAO. So this solution worked really well. It's actually still basically how beta.giveth.io is operating today to enable free donations. So many of the Giveth contributors actually ended up transitioning to work on solutions to these scalability challenges that they had learned from firsthand. Others went on to work on other really cool projects. And in May 2019, Giveth and Block Science launched Common Stack, which is, as yet many of you know, Common Stack is primarily focused on forwarding the discipline of token engineering. and is also aligned with Giveth's mission of realigning incentives around public goods. And yeah, basically since then, Giveth has been maintaining and surviving. It's been operating in maintenance mode. We do have quite a few awesome projects who are using and depending on Giveth to raise and manage their donations. But we've been more focused on just supporting the existing projects and squashing bugs and improving the UX as opposed to releasing new features. So yeah, shout out to the team and the Giveth unicorns, Griff, Amin, Danny, and Kai, as well as devs at Libre, Jorge, and Andre for keeping Giveth alive and running smoothly for these projects that counted on it. And yeah, I want to give a shout out to the entire original Giveth team. This isn't everybody, but I love this picture. Really an amazing group of benevolent individuals that built an awesome community and really laid the foundation for us to build the future of giving. So thank you all. We are standing on your shoulders. And yeah, that's the super condensed part one of this Giveth story. Now we're gonna go to part two, which is mostly this past year. And this is where I actually entered the picture. I was not part of the original Giveth team, but kind of started working with Giveth right about 1 year ago at ETHDenver 2020, when my friends Ian and Dylan and I did a hackathon project for the impact track called Cause. And actually, by 2020, I'd already been thinking about this problem for 7 years. But throughout those 7 years, I was fully focused on other cool projects. So when I first learned about Giveth from Danny and Lorelei at DevCon 2018, I immediately fell in love. Like, the platform they described was exactly what I've been dreaming of all these years. And I was so happy that these awesome people were actually building it, because I really think that someone needs to build this future of giving. So I just dumped all my ideas on them. I was so excited, like a little kid at a candy shop. I told them ideas for what I think the future of giving should look like, which mainly revolved around enabling the crowd to curate projects, earning interest from donations that are just sitting idly on the platform, and enabling people to donate to causes that they care about and trust that the funds will be allocated to the best projects in that cause. So I dumped these ideas on them. I wish them good luck, knowing that the project was in good hands. But as we mentioned earlier, about half a year later, Giveth went into hiatus. So back to ETHDenver 2020. Still, nobody has built this platform that I've been dreaming of. And I think it's like one of the most important things for humanity to build. So I'm like, but no one's built it. So we had the opportunity to build it at ETHDenver 2020. At the same time, a lot of these Legos had come together and were ready. So things like fiat on-ramps, stable coins, and the ability to generate interest on these stable coins were all ready for us to just really easily assemble into a nice MVP over a weekend and present to you guys, the community, to see what you thought. So we did it. It was called Cause, and yeah, the community really liked it. We ended up getting first place in the impact track and got some other bounties, and just a ton of really supportive feedback from the community. So many of you guys who really appreciated what we had built and gave us some support to keep building it. I also met Griff for the first time at ETHDenver 2020, and he was one of our judges in the first round. And he especially was really ecstatic about what we had built and instantly saw the alignment with Cause and Giveth's mission. So yeah, he actually planted the seed that if we were going to keep building this, maybe we should consider building it with Giveth and with the Giveth community as the new version of Giveth, as opposed to a separate project. So I want to pause and just give a huge shout out to Griff. I am such a big Griff Green fan. He is like one of the coolest, hardest working, most generous, most genuine people I have ever met. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way, because not only has Griff done so much for Giveth, but he has done so much for so many other important projects in this space. So on behalf of the community, thank you, Griff. So shortly after ETHDenver, as we all know, COVID happened. So we used the Cause Hackathon project to basically give people free yoga, crowdsource donations, and enable the community to allocate those donations to projects fighting COVID. And it worked well. So we got really good validation from that MVP. I also want to pause and mention that at this point in time, Danny, James, Marco, Kai, Cam had all joined this mission and were helping to create this MVP and to create the new version of Giveth. And Cause was officially absorbed by Giveth around this time. So the community started thinking about, after this MVP we had built for COVID, we started aligning around a vision for the next version of Giveth. And we wanted to keep it really simple. So we focused the new version of Giveth on these three things. First, we wanted to enable anyone, anywhere, to start raising donations in minutes. Second, we wanted to build the best experience for donating to causes or projects you care about, both with crypto and ideally with fiat as well. And of course, we believe that the future of giving must be free, open source, and decentralized. So of course, we have a lot of ideas with where to go from here, but we wanted to start with something super simple, get it up there, get feedback from the community, and evolve from there. So why don't we check it out? Let's pull up this. Hopefully you guys can still see this stream. But yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys today the new version of Giveth. As you can see, it's really beautiful and simple. Shout out to Marco, who did all the UI UX for this new version. So yeah, as you can see, there's a couple things you can do here. You can either donate or start raising funds for your project. So if you donate, you can also learn more. Each of these projects gets a beautiful profile where they can share information about their project and publish updates. You can see also the full history of donations. And once you find a project that you want to donate to, it's really easy. So there's no sign up required to donate. You just need a wallet with crypto, or soon we'll have the ability to donate with credit and debit card as well. We actually, I'll pause and say, we built a killer Stripe integration, and unfortunately, it was really sad. Stripe closed down our account after we built it. So I won't go into that, but we're exploring some other options right now for fiat donations. But with crypto, it's really easy. There's, of course, no added fees. You can use all sorts of wallets. This is Onboard.js, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with, powered by Block Native. Or I'm going to donate today just with, oopsies, of course, I'll fix this real quick. And I'll take a step back. So we'll go to do the donation in a second. Right now, I'm going to show you guys the sign in. I think I got to re-sign in. So right now, I'm signed in with Taurus. So something cool we do here, Taurus is awesome because it enables people to create a wallet just with signing in with email and password or with any of these single sign-in options. So I'm going to sign in with Twitter. And yeah, the benefit of this is that you don't really need to know and understand wallets and cryptocurrency in order to publish a project and start accepting donations. But we also recognize that a lot of users that might want to raise funds on Giveth already have a wallet. So we actually do something pretty cool here where we detect if you already have MetaMask installed. If so, we give you the option for MetaMask. If we don't detect MetaMask, then we just default you to Taurus. So let's try this donation again. So once you put in the amount you want to donate, you can also just send from any wallet the QR code. We're going to confirm this in Taurus. And then we'll wait for the transaction to confirm on Rinkeby, which can take a second. Boom! I really wanted to make sure you guys could see the confetti. That was absolutely a requirement for MVP. So yeah, if you are signed in, you can track your history of donations. And if you are signed in, another cool thing you can do is create a project. So creating project flow, we wanted to make this super simple. So we'll run through it real quick. You can see how literally in minutes we can put in the name, the admin of our project. We can write a project description. And if you need help, we've got a great blog post on how to do that. You select the categories that your project falls under, and then you select a location. So we're going to do Denver. You can also, if your project has a global impact, you can check that box. You can upload an image. This is probably the most important piece because this is what most people see. So make sure you pick a good image, or you can select one from the gallery. And then if you do get a default ETH address. So whichever wallet you sign in with, which Taurus again gives you an Ethereum account, that will just be auto-populated here. But if you prefer to use something else, you can paste in any address here. This could be a hardware wallet or a multi-sig. And then yeah, you can go back, you can edit any of these different fields, or once you're ready, you publish it and boom, your project is live. And as you can see, in just a couple minutes, we were able to create a project online and start accepting donations all for free. So that is a condensed demo of what you can do now with Giveth. I will also show you guys, if this is interesting to you and you're interested in joining and helping us out with this, we have a really awesome community. We're super active in Discord, and we do meetings every week with dev, marketing, community calls. So, and we reward contributions. So if this looks like a cool project to you, we would love to welcome you into our community and talk about how you can contribute and get rewarded. Yeah, that is the new version of Giveth. So right now we're in soft launch mode. We're focused on getting some more projects published, and then once we're confident that there's no major bugs, we will do a big announcement and invite people to come check out the projects and donate. All right. Another really exciting announcement from this past year is that Giveth has achieved nonprofit status. which is a huge milestone and something that we never even knew would be possible. So a lot of the credit for this goes out to an organization called the SDG Impact Fund. They're what is called a donor-advised fund, which means that they were able to, even though Giveth does not have a formal legal entity, we were able to be categorized as a sub-fund underneath the SDG Impact Fund. And what that means is that we can accept tax-deductible donations and issue tax receipts, not only in fiat, but also in crypto. And SDG Impact Fund, they're so cool. If we receive a fiat donation, they will actually convert it to crypto if we ask them to and send the crypto to wherever we need to. So they can't recommend them highly enough. If anyone's interested in this, happy to make the connection, the intro. Just hop into our Discord. All right, and now if we've got time left, I want to tell you guys about the future of giving and what comes next. So something I'm really excited about, something I think is a big problem in the current nonprofit ecosystem, is that donating is really hard. I have this picture to illustrate like the paradox of choice and how right now there's a lot of burden on the donor to do research and to figure out which project they actually want to donate to once they've already made the decision they want to donate to a cause. And that's bad. Donating should be super easy. So something I'm really passionate about is enabling people to just donate to the causes they care about and know that their funds will be allocated by the community to the top projects within that cause. And then this, by the way, I will just say this is a little bit of a dated image. So a lot of these things have already changed, but I thought that this does a decent job of illustrating some of the other things that we're excited about in the future. So one of the things that we'd love to do is when the user donates to a cause, we want to issue some give tokens. We're calling this givebacks. And this is kind of like our decentralized tax deductions. So tax deductions we're all familiar with. The downside of them is that they rely on governments, and they've proven to be a pretty ineffective way of redistributing wealth to the right places. So we want to, instead of relying on the government to curate which companies or which organizations can receive tax deductible donations, we want to decentralize this curation. And so to do this, we want to enable people to donate to causes that they care about. Then, as you can see in the bottom right corner, donations from causes are actually used as matching funds for projects. So we're super inspired by Gitcoin, and we absolutely plan on using quadratic funding for this. The idea is that when people donate to causes, those donations in the cause become basically a bucket of matching funds available, so that if you're donating to a project, you can get matching funds from the people who have donated to the cause. And then, while the funds are sitting there between the amount of time that they're donated to a cause and allocated to a project, they are earning interest. And we want to use that interest generated to fund the development of the platform so that 100% of every DAI donated can still go to projects, but there's a very healthy stream of revenue for the community to allocate as they see fit to build this future of giving. So that's, I think, my time. I wish I had more time because there's so much awesome stuff I'd love to share with you guys, but I wanted to make sure we got the important stuff in there, and I wanted to make sure we had time to thank these awesome projects, many of which we're using, or at least it's inspire us. So again, thank you guys all so much. Thank you, ETHDenver. Really grateful to have the opportunity today to share the Giveth vision. And yeah, thank you again to the entire Giveth community for all the hard work you've done over the past year to make this new version happen.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Willy. It's so great to get an update. Giveth has been such a pivotal organization in the Ethereum community for years now. The team has been wildly collaborative with other platforms, and obviously everybody knows Griff. So shout out to everybody. It's really exciting to see you guys relaunching.
Thanks, Shannon.
If there's one thing that you're most excited about in the future of giving in the next, say, year to 2 years, what would it be?
I'm really excited about donating to causes. I think that can be transformative, and that's something that's not really easy to do with the traditional infrastructure without just trusting some central party to do all the allocation. And that's kind of where we are right now. So I really think that we have the opportunity to disrupt the nonprofit industry, which sounds a little scary at first, but honestly, it needs to happen. It's one of the most inefficient, archaic industries that has yet to be even impacted by Web 2. It hasn't been disrupted, at least. And I think that the reason for that is that we have the ability now to do that with Web 3 and to really make the future of giving trustless, decentralized, open source, free, all these awesome things that just were not possible before. So yeah, I'm excited to continue working on this in my free time.
For sure. If you ask people what the biggest concern they have about contributing to for good projects, it's that they don't know that the funds are going to be used properly. So way more transparency is needed. So I hope that we're leapfrogging, that you're right, that we're going to skip over Web 2 and Web 3 is just going to come in and take over. We did have a couple questions. Do you just want to address really quickly, what kind of currencies are you guys using for donations?
So right now, you can donate any ERC20 token or Ethereum. Right now, donations are on mainnet, but we're definitely interested in layer 2 and how we can use layer 2 to at least make it really cheap for people who are already on layer 2 to donate to projects.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Willy. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Oh, and I should mention with Fiat, at least with Stripe, we had like 135 plus currencies. That was one of the awesome things about Stripe. So we're looking for alternatives for that as well, so that people can donate in fiat currencies from all around the world.
Awesome. Thanks, have a good one. Thank you.
You too. See ya.